Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well today. It is getting very, very hot here in Bermuda. Not sure where you guys are in the world, but I know for a lot of us it's heating up. And I always say that summer is my favorite season until it hits. And then I remember how hot and humid it gets in Bermuda. So today I'm recording with my AC blasting cold air in the background. So hopefully the microphone doesn't pick that up. Anyways, let's get into our topic today, which is 5 words you are probably pronouncing wrong. So, English pronunciation is definitely tricky. And these are the 5 most commonly mispronounced words that I hear as an English teacher. So what I'm going to do in this video or podcast episode, if you're listening on Spotify, I'm going to highlight the 5 common words that are often mispronounced. Not me mispronouncing the word mispronounced. And show you the correct way to say them. So by the end of the video, you'll feel a lot more confident in how to pronounce these words, and hopefully that will lead to eventually your English sounding more fluent and natural. So let's dive right in. Our first word is one that I know so many students hate. It is comfortable. Not comfortable, not comfortable, comfortable. So many people pronounce this as comfortable, but that's not quite right. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it doesn't sound quite right. So what we want to do is break this down into our syllables. So, sorry, I don't know why, but today I feel like my pronunciation is really weird. Anyways, sorry if you hear me saying weird things, just ignore me and focus on the correct pronunciations. So, we want to break this down. Comfortable. It's just 3 syllables. And that middle part is pronounced quickly, like ter. Comfortable. Comfortable. And the stress is on our first syllable, comfortable, comfortable. All right? Let's practice it in a sentence. Whenever we're practicing pronunciation, we should never isolate the word. We should always firstly break down the word into its syllables and then put that word into a sentence. Because when we isolate the word, we focus so deeply on it, and we can sound weird sometimes when we're just saying the word by itself. So it's always a good idea to pop that word into a sentence. And also, be careful not to put that word at the end of the sentence. So you always want to get the word that you're trying to pronounce in the middle of the sentence, because when it's at the end of the sentence, it's isolated once again. So we want to avoid doing that. So let's try it. Our word that we're focusing on is comfortable. Comfortable. I bought a very comfortable chair. Are you comfortable with this arrangement? So if you're into shadowing practices or you just want to repeat after me, feel free. I bought a very comfortable chair. And are you comfortable with this arrangement? All right. Did you say them? How do you feel? Hopefully you feel comfortable with saying the word comfortable. Our next word is one that I actually mispronounce very often, and so do many native speakers. The word is February, February, but I say it like February, February. But there's that R sound in there that often gets missed. So whether it's British or American pronunciation, we need that February, February. We need that that R sound. Not February, but February. It's so hard. It's so hard, you guys. So if you're mispronouncing this, don't feel bad because, so am I, apparently. February, February. It's a very subtle R sound, but it is there, and it comes right after the B, February, which is like making the sound really difficult because you have that B and R. If you're aiming for a British accent, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they say February, February, or February, February. They might just split it into two syllables, whereas in American, it's February. It's four. But I think the British just say February, but don't quote me on that, please. Let's pop that into a sentence. My birthday is the 1st of February. When is yours? February. The more the more I say this word, the more it sounds so strange. But I checked the pronunciation and the phonetic spelling before I recorded this, so I know it's right, but it just sounds wrong. I think February sounds better, but apparently that's wrong. All right, let's try another one. The shortest month of the year is February. Oh, that's not a good example because the word is at the end of the sentence. I broke my own rule. February is just messing me up. This word is messing me up. So if you say February and not February, it's really not the end of the world because as you can see, I say it wrong. Many people say it wrong. But obviously we want to aim for accuracy. So let's try to say February instead of February if possible. I'm not making any promises to myself. All right. Word number three is a beautiful word that often causes many, many problems. The word is jewelry. Jewelry. This one is tricky because many people say jewelry, jewelry, jewelry. Three syllables. So that is incorrect. We want to say, oh, sorry. That's not technically incorrect. It's just adding in a vowel sound. The syllables are fine, but we're saying jewelry, and we want to say jewelry. You guys, English pronunciation is literally the worst. Jewelry. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. The reason why I'm getting tripped up on this is because I don't say it the American way. I say it the British way. I say jewelry, literally just two syllables. Jewelry. I think that's much easier than trying to say jewelry. Literally, jewelry. That's how we're going to say it. That's how I'm going to say it because that's how I really do say it. And that sounds much better to me. You know, sometimes we got to mix up the British and American pronunciations. All right, let's practice. Where can I find the best jewelry in the world? World. World is also a really hard pronunciation. Where can I find the best jewelry in the world? She was wearing a very beautiful piece of jewelry around her neck. She was wearing a very beautiful piece of jewelry around her neck. Did you guys get that? I almost didn't. But then I did. Jewelry. These are tricky, man. Good thing you have me to help you, even though I can't help myself. All right. Oh, I did not expect to laugh this much in this video. I hope you guys are having a good time as well. Next word is a word that's actually borrowed from French, but it's used very often in English. It's entrepreneur. 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 It's that's definitely not how you pronounce it in French. It's a word that's borrowed from French, so it's no surprise that it is tricky to pronounce. So many people say entrepreneur, but it should be entrepreneur. So not entrepreneur. There's no tray and pray. It's all schwa. It's sound. So it's entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. Okay. Let's break it down. Entrepreneur. She is the most successful entrepreneur I've ever met. She is the most successful entrepreneur I've ever met. That's our first sentence. Many entrepreneurs start businesses from scratch. Many entrepreneurs start businesses from scratch. So hopefully you were able to repeat that pretty easily. And our last word, number 5, is specific. Specific. A lot of people say specific. They add an sound at the beginning, but it should just start with an S. Specific. Specific. And another thing that people do is get it confused with the word Pacific, like the Pacific Ocean. I know it sounds funny, but it happens. A lot of native speakers will say Pacific instead of specific. So I'm so sorry. I don't know what this is my fourth video that I'm recording in a row, and I think my brain cells are actively dying. So I'm so sorry. Keep it together, Gemma. Keep it together. Okay, the correct pronunciation is specific, specific, specific. And our stress is on the second syllable, specific, specific. Okay? So focus on that sound at the beginning and the sound at the end, specific, specific. Okay, let's practice. We need more specific instructions. We need more specific instructions. Can you be more specific with me, please? Can you be more specific with me, please? Nice. Well done. All right. So let's quickly recap our 5 words because there were a few where I had some issues because, they are tricky. So let's just go through them and make sure we definitely have them all properly. So the first one is comfortable. Comfortable. Stress on first syllable. Our second word was February. February. There's that slight R sound in the second syllable, and our stress is on the first syllable. February. Then we have either in American English, jewelry, jewelry, or British jewelry, jewelry. And then we have entrepreneur, entrepreneur, entrepreneur. And our stress is the first syllable. And then finally, we have specific, specific, and stress on second syllable. Great job, you guys. I don't think I did a great job, but hopefully I didn't confuse you too much with my mistakes and you have got those 5 pronunciations down. And you know what? If anything, it proves that these are important to master and they're actually quite difficult because, even I'm struggling with them. So remember, pronunciation is key to practice if you want to sound more fluent and communicate more effectively and naturally in English. Don't be discouraged by making mistakes, okay? Like, literally, if there's anything you can take from today's episode, it's that making mistakes is okay. It's normal and natural, and even native speakers and English teachers make mistakes all the time. As long as you catch yourself making those mistakes and then fix them, that's all that matters. So if you guys found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. If you're listening on Spotify, please follow me. And also you can comment because I've been doing question and answers on Spotify, like leaving a little text box. So please give me some feedback. Let me know how you're liking the podcast. Same goes for YouTube. Don't send me a message, comment, or you can send me an email. Actually, my email address I think it's connected to my Instagram. So you can always send me an email if you want. And that's it for today's video. I am going to take a cold shower and eat some lunch. It is now, oh my God, it's 2:43 p.m. and I haven't eaten lunch. And this, like I said, this is my 4th podcast episode in a row. So I really need to rest now because my brain is slowly dying. All right, guys, love you and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.